Hello, number ones, and welcome to Metatron's Academy. Today we've got another one of those short and sweet videos, if you will. And so I don't know why this has anything to do. This has nothing to do with Harry Potter, I guess. But then again, we're gonna learn how to say "shut up" in many different languages. I'm gonna try and pronounce it and see if it's correct. It is random that they chose to do this through Harry Potter, but then again, I don't know why, there is a Bill Clinton video from some ordinary gamers with an alien. Maybe I'll watch that one later. Without further ado, my gosh, there's always a lot of further ado with my videos. Let's go. Let's see if I butcher these languages or not. Come on.
Dogs. If there's something wrong with
English.
the bitch, then there's something wrong with the pup. Shut up! Shut up!
Interesting that he went shut up and then shut up. So the second one had a glottal stop and the first one had some flapping when the T becomes a D. Very rare in British accents, but I guess when you're really, really upset, you might do that. Cool, next.
Halt den Mund! Halt den Mund!
Eiten Mund? I guess. Man, German sounded really mad. Next.
Halt kept! Halt kept!
High kept. Man, this is difficult without... Can we get subtitles? No, upkept. Probably not. All right, let's continue.
Damare! Damare!
Damare. Yeah, damare. I know that one. Man, that's... Is that how he says it in the dubbed version? I guess that's where they're getting them. Damare. Man, that's quite impolite way to say it, isn't it? What else have we got? This is kind of difficult, though.
Ya está bien! ¡Cállate ya!
Cállate ya, I think. Is that what he said?
Zamknij się! Stolbisk!
Stolbesk. Oh, no.
Cállate boca! Cállate tu cabeza!
Calia bocca, and then I don't know what he said. Okay.
Hou je mond! Hou je mond!
Wow, I can't even try this one. No, say it again. Come on, I don't want to be
Boca!
disrespectful.
Cállate tu cabeza!
Hou
Hou je mond! Hou je mond!
Hou je mond.
Sauce! Sauce!
Sonse. Sonse. Well, I can't do the tones.
Calli! Calli!
Calle. So it is kind of similar, Catalan, to the other ones.
La ferme! La ferme!
La ferme. Really? La ferme. Isn't that like stop? Stop it? I mean, I could be wrong. La ferme. Cool.
La ferme! La ferme!
Canadian French, I guess, is still La Ferme. I guess the accent was different. But then again, the voice actor's voice is different. So it's difficult for me to pick up which areas of that difference are because it's a different person and which are because of systemic pattern modifications between the accents. No idea.
Ora basta! Ora basta!
Italian, ora basta. All right. So from this, I'm noticing that these don't actually mean shut up because ora basta is now it's enough. So now that, with damare in Japanese, yes, it was shut up. But whoever put this one together, so they are basically, it's fine. I'm not trying to be like disrespectful or anything to whoever put the video together. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm having fun. But maybe instead of saying, let's learn, or this is shut up in all these languages, it would be more like, what does Harry say in each of these languages in the dubbed version, like with the voice actors? Because shut up in Italian would be stai zitto, or plural state zitti. But clearly, whoever did the dubbing and the translation decided that ora basta was better, which means now enough. And oftentimes, this can actually be an interesting opportunity to say something that could be fun. Oftentimes, when you translate a script from a movie, specifically something that is not just going to be used in the subtitles, but it's specifically going to be used by voice actors for dubbing, then it's a different approach to translation. You might not know this, but that's how it is. So for instance, why? Because of the labial, the movement of the mouth. So sometimes you choose a specific translation, even though it's less literal, but still makes sense in context, simply because of the mouth positions, they align more easily. And this is not just a matter of, well, if you choose a short word, but the guy is using a long word in the receiving language, then that could be a problem because, I mean, how are you going to say it? You need to say either like super, super slowly to match up. It doesn't work. So you want to choose words that are kind of similar in length. It's quite sophisticated, in fact. But sometimes it's also for mouth position. So let me give you an example. Thank you in Italian is grazie. So we finish with e, right? But imagine that we are dubbing a Japanese movie. In Japanese, thank you is arigato. So it ends with a o. And that can be a problem because if the sound is grazie, but the mouth goes arigato, you end up having grazie like with a o. It's weird, right? You can notice that the mouth doesn't fit. So a lot of the times in anime, you will hear Italians say ti ringrazio because it ends with o, like arigato, ti ringrazio, arigato, and it matches better. So this is why, by the way. It's not that, oh, they didn't know how to say shut up in Italian. No, they did. But I guess shut up and ora basta, there is the a in up and a in basta that probably coincide. Isn't that interesting? I didn't even plan on like talking about this, but that's what you get with videos like this, I suppose. So that's fine. Now we know that we are not actually saying shut up. Let's continue.
Cala a boca! Cala a boca!
Cala a boca. So kind of similar. It must mean shut your mouth. That's what it must mean.
Hold up! Hold up!
Hol og. No idea.
Come on! Come on here!
Come on. Come on, yo. So come on. It seems like it's very difficult actually to, also because he's screaming clearly. So it's not like he's properly enunciating the sounds, and me having zero training in a lot of these languages, it's difficult to actually identify in each single sound and repeat it correctly. But had it been written on the screen, maybe we can put together one like that ourselves, where I can find it and put the transliteration, meaning using Western letters to represent the original sounds. A lot of these languages have forms of transliteration, like in Japanese you have romaji. And it's not just used for transliteration, but I'm saying, well, in fact, not, yeah, it is romaji. And then in Mandarin it would be pinyin. That could make it a lot easier for me to be like, okay, I have something to map myself into. But anyways, hard work.
Zamokni! Zamokni!
Zemokme.
Tuna! Tuna hwag!
Wow, they have it in Irish?
Zamokni! Tuna! Tuna hwag!
Duna, wow, something?
Calada! Calada!
Calada. So Portuguese meaning this time from Portugal. Sounds quite different from Brazilian, but once again, it could be that choice of words.
Skasmos! Skaseipa!
Skasmos, skaseipa. This one was easy, I think. I mean, I might have butchered it, but it was easier to discern.
Stek ik van! Het begon stom!
Abukhalavi stom.
Säger du? Vill du säga?
Victor Seya. I think. Icelandic, I love it.
Bitwe! Bitwe!
Sorry. I think I heard this one. Is it Taiwanese? Chinese? I must. Then they probably put Mandarin, but I wonder if they use a different expression.
Horjeb! Horjeb!
Horjeb. It's also the fact that he's slamming something on the floor that partially covers the original sound. Swedish.
Isilu! Isilu!
Ishillu in Basque.
Zaknis! Zakrorot!
Zaknish. Zakrorot.
Kapachinene! Kapachinene!
Kapachinene. Interesting. It's a completely different voice if you hear it. Sometimes when it's children that are being dubbed, they use women. They did that for Bart Simpson's, for instance. He was almost entirely, not almost entirely, but in a lot of old episodes, he was dubbed by a woman.
Upagna! Upagone!
Upagone. Upagone.
How you go? How you go?
How you got? Man, Dutch is difficult.
Ja basta! Ja basta!
Ya basta, Latin Spanish. I see, ya basta. I wonder which accent. I mean, this is the flag of Mexico, is it? Man, I hate that. Anyways, let's go for Albanian.
Chepe! Chepe!
Chepem. Chepem.
Tak dost! Much that!
Machtae.
Shut up! Shut up!
In Hindi is shut up. What? That's not Hindi, that was English. What?
Liam! Liam!
Liab. Is that a B?
Buchticho!
Usticho.
Inside every man is a struggle with
Okay, that was it. That was it. Okay, then we've got some Simpsons, I guess, but I'm a evil Homer. Yeah, maybe in different languages. Maybe we'll check that one out next. But for today, I think it was good because even though I butchered it, it was extremely difficult, in fact. And maybe next time we'll find one which has some words on the screen to at least so I don't embarrass myself. But I will say, it was fun to actually have a little conversation on how voice actors and in general dubbing actually works at a professional level. And I remember when I found this out because I had some friends who did this as a job, and so they explained me the tricks. This is also in the world of video games, for instance. Sometimes for quality control, for instance, you need to check and see. And it's interesting when even in written form, you have a limited number of characters. So this is why sometimes they choose words that are a little like, why did they choose this one? Well, because they have the original language had a 5-letter words in that space, and you can't change it. That's how it's programmed. That's how it is, and they don't change it. So you got to find something that is that short, still has the same meaning, and occasionally they just cut it. I've seen that in Italian. It's kind of when they botch the job a little bit, but in general, professionals find ways around it too. So that's why maybe you look at it and then perhaps you play the game in Japanese, imagine, and you're like, oh, but that's not what that means. And sometimes you think you know better. Oh, these ignorance. No, it's because they have a limit of characters on the freaking, equipment or inventory menu. They gotta put a 7 letters word, and the word that would be the correct translation is 9. So it is what it is. They gotta find something else. So it's interesting, isn't it? It's not always the case, I think. It depends on the video game and how it's coded. But that's just one of the things. Thank you for watching. I hope you get a good time. Have a good one.